Hey team, happy Friday and a very, very happy International Women's Day to all of the incredible strong women out there. I have lots of family, friends, co-workers, just a lot of incredible women out there in my life. And so if you know some really inspirational women, which I know that you do, wish them a very happy International Women's Day today. So moving on to my Friday night plans. Obviously, as you can see, I am in peak comfort mode. I got this Blue Jay sweatshirt from a giveaway game this season, and because it's a giveaway game, any of the apparel that they have, it's going to be like a men's extra large. They need to fit as many people as possible. And so this is almost basically a dress on me, and it's one of the most comfortable things I own. So I sport this a lot when I'm working from home. And a lot of people on work phone calls think it's pajamas, but it's not, guys. It's just a sweatshirt, I promise. I had an incredibly busy week, going back to the office, working on a trade show, just lots of things on the go and lots of kind of stressful things. So we're definitely going to take it easy on this Friday and do one of my favorite things to do for International Women's Day, and that's bake. Now, because I'm also very tired, I don't really want to bake anything too complicated. And so I had some leftover strawberries in my fridge, and they are still ripe, but just potentially on the brink of going bad. So I want to use them all up. And so I looked up a couple of recipes, and there's a couple of recipes out there that are just for some nice, simple strawberry cookies that use up some fresh strawberries. So I'm gonna make those today. And baking music this evening, we are going to go with one of my favorite female artists, a little bit of Florence and the Machine. Although I would be remiss if I didn't actually also call out, for anybody on my Instagram, you know, Vincent Lima and Kingfisher just released some new music this past week, and I'm absolutely obsessed. Have been left in just puddles of tears, basically, from both of them. So you should definitely check them out. Now, in my typical fashion, I'm actually kind of Frankensteining about 3 recipes together. And so we're starting with a cup of softened butter. And to this, we are going to add about 1.5 cups of granulated sugar and get them nice and softened together. For this particular recipe, I'm not going to be using any brown sugar because we really want the freshness of the strawberries and the lightness of the dough to work together. If this were more of like a heavy chocolate or chocolate chip cookie recipe, you could definitely add some brown sugar in to get you more of that caramel kind of nutty flavoring. Once the butter and the sugar are nice and well mixed, we're gonna add in a teaspoon of vanilla. You know the order, get all of your wet ingredients in there. And then we're gonna add in about a tablespoon or so of lemon juice. Strawberry and lemon go super well together, and this isn't going to taste very lemony. What the lemon juice is going to do is it's just going to kind of brighten up the whole dough and freshen it up so that, again, you don't necessarily have the same kind of richness as you would with a classic chocolate chip. Speaking of lemon, now that spring is here, we're going to start to get into the summer season. I'm going to have to make a couple more batches of limoncello and or other flavors of cello. So if there's one that you guys want to see, let me know. Now to this dough, we did also add 1 egg so that everything is going in all together. Now, to this lovely mixed dough, we're gonna add about 3 cups of flour and I think 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Usually I know that people are supposed to say you're supposed to separate the dry from the wet. I normally do. Honestly, I can't be arsed today, so we're just gonna throw it all in the same bowl. So it is a little bit possible that in my Frankensteining, My ratios might be a little bit off. But I think even with this dough, it may be a little bit more shortbready, but I think I'll be able to roll it in with the strawberries and it'll still actually be quite nice. Let's see. And I know that they say baking is a science, which it really is. But you know, trial and error happens in scientific experiments too, right? So it's fine. And I know you're thinking, Elisa, where are the strawberries? We're getting there. So now that our dough is basically done, we are going to fold in the cheese, fold in all of our strawberries, which I've done in a bit of a small dice because you don't want them too big to overwhelm the cookie. But also the strawberries, because these are fresh and not freeze dried, they are gonna have a lot of moisture in them. So you don't necessarily want super big chunks. Otherwise, some of the juice may leach out a little bit strangely into the cookie, and you don't really want that. So we're gonna make sure that the strawberries are well incorporated. And I was also going to add white chocolate chips to this recipe, but it turns out I don't have any. So I may need a backup plan. So I think what I'm gonna do is add in some shredded coconut. Could be good. And I know you're thinking, Elisa, what kind of a baker doesn't have chocolate chips but has sweetened coconut flakes? I do, okay? I haven't done groceries in a minute. Just leave it alone. So I've started rolling them out. Still have a few more to do here. And we're gonna bake these in the oven for about 15 minutes at 350. Oven's ready. All right, guys, first batch is out and they look great. So while the second batch is baking, I did have to give these an extra 3 minutes. So got about 18 on the next batch. While those are cooking, I'm going to indulge in one of my new favorite female authors. Yes, this is the second of the Crescent Cities. I know that I'm way behind on these, but honestly, I raced through the whole ACOTAR series, so I think I'm going to do well with this one. And hopefully I don't burn the cookies by getting too distracted. All right, y'all, they just came out. Moment of truth. They're pretty good. Can't lie. Might have had a bit too much butter, but we're not mad about it. Well, time for more book, a bath, and then some bed. Hope y'all have a lovely weekend, and happy International Women's Day.